second day of Eid, and we are actually happy to have you join us in our experience for today. This is the second session. Sorry, this is the first session, which is 11 a.m. The second session will be at 5 p.m. So if you want like to know more information, or you have maybe from now session until the second session much and maybe you want to know more information, or you have any question, then we will be very happy to answer all of your questions. So firstly, I would like to tell you that Department of Culture and Tourism Abu Dhabi wishes you a great day and a great and a happy Eid. I'll be translating this to Arabic. طبعا دائرة الثقافة والسياحة أبو ظبي تتمنى لكم عيد سعيد وعيد مبارك. So let's start. In this session, of course, we will go with the basics. First, we will learn about what is Eid and when does Eid happen, and then we will learn about who celebrates Eid and what do we exactly do to celebrate Eid, like, you know, the rituals, the traditions, and everything. We have some surprises as well in our session. We will be learning more in depth about the details of the fashion of women and men and the difference between them. Of course, my mother will be helping me with that. So stay tuned. I hope this is something very enjoyable for you to learn about. And of course, we will be learning, aside from this, about the Emirati dishes, Emirati food, and you know, the tradition and the rituals that we have usually as a tradition in our Eid. Okay, so to start by the definition of Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr literally means the festival of breaking the fast. Why does it called that? Because it is the first day that we are actually breaking our fast, or it is forbidden for us to be fasting after the whole month, the holy month of Ramadan. So basically, you know, in Ramadan that we are staying, or we practice the fasting, which is from the sun rise until the sunset, from the 1st of Ramadan, which is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, until the end of it. It's approximately, sometimes it's 29 days to 39 days. How do we actually decide that? It's according to the sight of the moon. So if it looks a little bit like a crescent, then it is definitely the first day of a new month. Which is after Ramadan is Shawwal in the Islamic calendar, which actually the first day of Eid al-Fitr. So basically, Eid al-Fitr stays for 3 days, and usually it is a national holiday for most of the Islamic countries. So basically, we actually take advantage of these 3 days holidays because we focus on our communication and our connection with our family. We visit them, we greet them, we call them. Sometimes if they live in another area, we visit them. So of course, this is in the normal situations, but unfortunately with the current situation with COVID-19, we actually remain seated in our houses, and we actually being safe in our house, and we are actually protecting other people in our families and beloved ones from this disease, which we hopefully it will be faded or being cured fast. It will not take long enough. We hope so. So we are done with the definition, and then we talked about when does it start and how long does it take. Now we will come exactly to what do we do, or what are, or sorry, before that, we're going to talk about who celebrates it. Of course, a Muslim worldwide celebrates Eid al-Fitr. We have in our calendar, in Islamic calendar, we have two different ones, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Eid al-Adha is after Eid al-Fitr in 2 months. So basically, we celebrate Eid al-Adha as well, and it kind of has like, again, it's a 3 days holiday, a national holiday. And actually, it is the meaning of Eid al-Adha. It is the festival of sacrifice. So basically, it has another concept. Hopefully, if we still have these online experiences for you guys, we'll be explaining this during Eid al-Adha. So basically, in Eid al-Fitr, what we exactly do. And I will be explaining some like general points, and then we are going to take every point into detail according to the past and to the present time. So basically, first thing we do is Al-Eid prayer. After that, we do the charity, what we call Zakat al-Fitr. After Zakat al-Fitr, we actually come back home and we dress the best or the new clothes that we have. And then after that, we celebrate it. We celebrate it with our family, and we enjoy it with our family and friends. So let's take it point by point. First, we will be discussing about the prayer. So we will see what exactly we do from the past and what is the difference. There's not, to be honest, not much different, but we will see now through talking to my mother. She will be explaining in Arabic, and I will be translating to you after she's done in English. أمي صباح الخير. So أمي نبغى نعرف طبعا تعرفين الخطوات أو الأشياء، مثلا العادات اللي نحن نسويها في العيد. أول عادة اللي هي تكون صلاة العيد. أعرف إن سابقا يعني ما تكون وايد مختلفة عن الحين طبعا من ناحية الصلاة أو يعني الركعات وكذي، لكن من ناحية مثلا الذهاب للمسجد وهالسوالف في اختلاف. مثلا هل كانوا الناس يتجمعون يوم يكونون عند المسجد ولا يردون على طول بيوتهم؟ ولا كان في شيء؟
أحدها في الميلة
الإسلامية اللي ما تتغير.
إنزين لا تتكلمين وايد.
لحظة أمي.
عشي.
Please make sure that your microphone are off. Thank you. إنزين أمي.
الصبح من يأذن الفجر حق صلاة الفجر كلهم يكونون ناشين ومتجددين وهم رايحين يعني الريايل يصلون في المسجد والحريم طبعا في البيوت. بعدين عقبها بقي صلاة العيد. صلاة العيد نفس الشيء يجمعون بعد الريايل في المسجد، وفي بعض من الحريم بعد يروحون يصلون يعني في المسجد اللي يبغي يعني هم المسلمات كبيرات السن يعني يروحون يجمعون ويروحون في المسجد ويصلون. صلاة العيد هي تكون لركعتين. تكون لركعتين. الركعة الأولى تكون 7 تكبيرات والتكبيرة الثانية 5 تكبيرات.
6 و5.
6
تكبيرات و5 تكبيرات. Okay. Yes. So basically, I will be translating what my mother said. So basically, the tradition is they wake up. First, we have the Fajr prayer or the morning, what we call the morning prayer. So it is before sunrise. So basically, they go and they practice or do the morning prayer at the mosque. And then after that, after the sunrise, I would say at 5:30, the Eid prayer starts. So basically, the men and they take their son and they go to the mosque to do or practice the prayer. Usually the Eid prayer, sometimes if the women they want to go and practice the prayer in the mosque, it's absolutely fine. And it's, of course, I would say acceptable if they want to do it. If they don't want, then they can perform it at home. So basically, when they go, they wake up in the morning and they go to Eid prayer. And the Eid prayer consists of, I would say, 2 rak'ah or 2 syllables. So basically, syllable number 1, it's a little bit different from the normal prayer. Rak'ah number 1 is actually with the 6 takbirah. And takbirs is when the Muslim says Allahu Akbar. They say it 6 times. And then the second syllable is 5 takbirat. Basically, again, Allahu Akbar for 5 times. So basically, and then they perform the normal way of praying. So it is this is how they end performing al-Eid takbirat. After that, when actually they go out of the mosque, they congratulate each other or wish each other a happy Eid. Of course, the people who are going out from the mosque. After that, they actually come to head back to their homes. some of them أمي أوكي ثاني شيء عنا please make sure
يسلمون على بعض
هي
يعايدون حق بعض ويسلمون على بعض لأن عقب بيجون البيت بيتقهوون بيرتاحون بيروحون بيسلمون على الشيوخ عقب ما يجون ويرتاحون الريايل وهذا بيصيرون
هذا قبل
هذا عقب الصلاة
لا بس أقصد يعني في الماضي
أول شيء
أوكي
ولازم بعد نفس الشيء يسلمون على الشيخ وحين يسلمون على الشيخ عقب ما يصلون ويرتاحون ويردون ويتقهوون في البيت هذاك بيردون الريايل بيروحون المبرز مال الشيخ أول المبرز فيه المبرز مال الشيخ بيقوم بيصيرون بيسلمون على الشيخ الحين الديوان الحين في هالوقتنا نحن يصيرون يسلمون عليه في الديوان بيسلمون وبيباركون وبيهنونه بالعيد وانه الايام السعيده وان بعد يعني رمضان وبيسلمون هذا وبيردون بيتقهوون
ويصبرنا يا رب.
بيردون على
please make sure that your microphones are off so you can hear me clearly please. إنزين أمي what else so about زكاة الفطر is it performed after يعني هل زكاة الفطر تطلع يطلعونها أو يزكون بعد الصلاة؟
زكاة الفطر حتى قبل العيد يومين تصلح يعني زكاة الفطر لين على يوم العيد أول يوم العيد.
So basically زكاة الفطر is the charity or the amount of money that is given from people to the one who needs the money. So basically this charity happens specifically for us these holidays. It is considered something really good to go ahead and do it, and it's something that is performed usually by all Muslims, I would say, around the world. But here specifically we have nowadays specifically all type of applications and online application that we can actually do the charity. Some people prefer to do it in person if they know someone that needs the money, or they do it by charity and the organization themselves actually like distributed on the one who needs it the most.
يعني أول على أيامنا يوم كنا نحن قبل في السابق زكاة الهاي شو كانوا يطلعون الرز لأنه المادة الأساسية كانت عندنا فعنها أنت كيلة وكيلو ونص هم يطلعونها الزكاة رز يطلعونها واللي قادر يطلع بها فلوس. الحين يعني إن الناس كل هذاك بدأت تحولت إلى فلوس الحين يطلعونها الزكاة وإذا حد يعني بيزكي عنده بعد هذا.
This is an interesting point. I've never heard that. In the past, actually, my mother, she said in the past that when they used to give charity, usually it was a pound of rice. So basically, they would give rice for people. If there was some people who can afford giving money, then they do. But if people can't afford giving money, then they actually do the charity by distributing I would say kilograms of rice basically. This is interesting. Yeah. So إنزين أمي بعد ما يخلصون الزكاة يجون يتلبسون ويلبسون يعني ثيابهم الجديدة وكل شيء ويستعدون إنه يستقبلون الناس في البيت.
يعني يستقبلون الناس اللي بيجونهم بيسلمون. ترى هو اليوم الأولي هو يعتبر أكثر شيء إنه الأطفال. العيديات يجون الأطفال يأخذون العياد ويأخذون بس أهل البيت بعد يوم بيجون أول يوم يتجمعون أهل البيت اللي الدرجة الأولى مثل ما يقولون يعني عيال الخالة عيال العم عيال عمتي عيال سمونة يدتي خالتي يعني الدرجة الأولى أكثر شيء يتجمعون في أول يوم والأغلبية يكون يمكن 85% كل اليهال يعني ما شاء الله ما يوقفون اليهال عندي رايح وياي رايح وياي. عيدكم مبارك أهل البيت عطونا الله يعطيكم.
So basically what my mother is saying here is that when they finish from the prayer and us actually performing the charity, after that they come back home, we wear our new clothes, the newest or the best that we have, and then we wait here for the gathering of the family. And usually the first day of Eid, which was yesterday, actually would be the day where the children will gather all of the money or what we call Eidiyah in Arabic. So basically Eidiyah is an amount of money that is given for the children. It could be in the past it was a really small amount, like 1 dirham, 2 dirham, 3 dirhams, maybe maximum 5 dirhams. But nowadays it has increased to 5, 10 to 20. Depends on actually each family and how much do they, or each person, to be honest, and how much do they give the children. So basically, they come to their family and they say Eid Mubarak. They congratulate them on the Eid and wish them a happy Eid. So this is how, when they come and greet their family, the elders or the older in age, they start distributing the money for them. It is actually, I remember even when we were young, it is really good memories. That the first thing we will start by our family. We're waiting for our uncles, for our aunts, for our grandmother, grandfathers, for them to like see us, and then they will give us the idea or the amount of money. It was kind of something as well. It was a competition, to be honest, something that we were competing our cousins with, or my siblings, sister and brothers. We say that I collected more, you collected more. So, you know, we're always in competition. And during this 3 days of Eid, we make sure that, you know, we try to reach the highest amount of money so we can get or buy something that we like. انزين أمي بعدين يتجمعون، يعني الناس الأهلية يتجمعون مع بعض،
يتقهوون ويا بعض، يرمسون عن الماضي، شو الأشياء اللي استوت، يتكلمون عن أشغالهم، يعني ما بينهم تهاني العيد، يسلمون على بعض ويتفاولون. الفالة الحين قبل كانت عندنا فالة واحدة، الفالة اللي هي الفواكه متحققة، التفاح مثل البرتقال، يعني كنا عندنا مثل بنحط التمر طبعا والجاهي، مثل القهوة. الفالة واحدة، وبيسوون الفالة الحارة اللي هو يعني التراثي اللي احنا ما زلنا يعني عليها، مثل بلاليق، مثل خبيث، يعني مثل هريس، مثل الثريد، مثل حتى العيش واللحم كانوا أول يسوونها الصبح، حتى العيش واللحم كانوا قبل يعني يسوونها الصبح، وبيتقهوون لين تراهم الوجبة وبيتغدون، متجمعين من تراهم الصبح لين أذان الظهر، تراهم هذا نفس الشيء، متجمعين ويرمسون ويا بعض، والعيال تراهم صايرين يعيدون لين أذان الظهر بيردون العيال، لين أذان الظهر بس خلاص، يعني وقت الصلاة بعد واحد بيرتاح، لأن طول من الصبح تراهم الساعة 6 قايمين، بيردون الظهر أساس إنهم بيتغدون، وهذا بيروحون بيصلون الريايين بيتغدون وبيردون بيرتاحوا لين العصر.
So basically, after we wear our best clothes, and then we just, you know, give the idea for our children. After that, I would say the whole family will be gathered in a place which we call majlis. Majlis is a seating area or a guest living room. Usually, it is the most comfortable designed area for guests to be in. So there, where they will be finding the fala. And the fala, actually, we have it here. We're going to show you in a bit. The fala actually is, I would say, the fruit, the coffee, and the tea, some type of snacks that is putted or organized in a table or a food area where people actually can come and enjoy sitting and chatting, talking to each other. And when they come, they actually sometimes take some chocolate or some fruits. In the past, there was limited type of fruits that they are using, like orange, apples. أمي كان عندكم موز قبل؟ banana. And they had canned pineapples. watermelon. mangoes.
كان الأناناس، بس مش الفريش، الأناناس كان معلب.
cans pineapple.
كان معلب هنا، والخوخ شيء يسمونه خوخ بعد معلب.
peach, canned peaches as well.
يفتحونه ويحطونه في الصحون.
So they open and they put it in place.
ولا واحد الناس ما عندهم مجالس مثل 2 و3 و4 في البيت، بس هو ميلس واحد الناس عندهم، هم اللي يستقبلون فيه ويجلسون فيه ويتقهوون فيه ويرمسون فيه على اليلس اللي كانت أول مساند، اليلس العادية يعني السجاد مساند اليلس التراثية. مو مثل الحين طوروا الناس عندهم مجلسين و3 و4، أول ميلس واحد في البيت، هذا اللي كلهم يتجمعون فيه العيال، بيتغدون فيه، بياكلون فيه، بيعيشوا هذه حياتهم، لين يسمونه تراهم بيرقدون بيروحون على حجرهم.
So basically, because of in the past, my mother, she was saying that they had only one majlis where all people, the majlis again is the guest room or the area where the guest will be seated in. So basically, in the past, there was I would say the floor cushions. We will be showing you this after we show you the fala. So let's go ahead and I will be showing you the fala. So basically, this is the fala. It is actually sort or kind of like the fruits or the snacks, the nuts. It can be with ma'mool. Ma'mool is like baked biscuit with dates inside. It can be with dates, coffee, tea. This is actually you can say it is the new or the modern fala. In the past, they were only focusing more on dates, and they used to have the fustak, pistachio from the nuts. It was only pistachio and dates and the coffee. They had only one type of tea, which is the red tea, Sulaimani. The red tea, which is called Sulaimani. But nowadays we have the karak, we have habat al-hamra, we have so many types or kinds. And of course, the chocolate has played a huge role, especially in celebrating Eid or any occasion. The chocolate has taken a really big amount of the happiness. Even if, for example, I want to send my friends, especially in these times, or my family something, and then I would send them a chocolate. It is kind of like, wishing them a happy Eid, because usually we eat something sweet with the coffee to balance the bitter taste of the coffee. In the past, they used to eat, of course, dates because it's a sweet and it balances again the taste of the coffee. So now we'll be headed to the Tekia side. And actually, in the Tekia side, you will see how in the past they were seated, and we will see the hot fala. So basically, this is the tekia or the cushions, the floor cushions. As you can see, people will be seated down, and this is the fala or the food that they will be having. So basically, if you will see, we have so many types of traditional dishes. Let's open some of them. Here we have the balalit. So basically, balalit is like, we can make it more like, or describe it more like noodles, but it's not noodles. It's sweet, and it is actually spiced with saffron and cardamom, and then we just add egg on the top. So we eat balalit with the egg. It's a very interesting dish. I recommend it, and you should try it. Usually, in the normal days, it will be our breakfast, and we can, of course, eat it later if there was any leftover. It's my favorite breakfast dish. And then here, so obviously this is sago. إذا أمي تشرحي لنا كيف الساغو تستوي؟
ناخذها ونوزنها
مهم.
ونطبخها ونحط معاها الزيت، نحط معاها الزعفران، نحط معاها السكر، نحط معاها الهيل، لين يعني على الضوء شوي 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 لين تستوي مثل الحلوى. تتماسك كلها، اول شيء تكون سايحه وبعدين تتماسك كلها. يوم تتماسك تزيد شوي عليها مي وصب.
So even if you can see how is it I can describe it something like a jam. But the taste actually it is kind of considered like هي تعتبر dessert صح؟ شيء حلو يعني. It's considered like a dessert, but we eat desserts in the morning. Most of our days in the morning we have a kind of, our dishes will be something sweet, and the process of it actually, it is cooked with the sugar, with مع الشكر, with the saffron and cardamom, sugar. Okay, and kind of salmon is like constructed butter. So they cook it all together until actually it is all held together, and it looks something as you can see, like a jam or something like a jelly, I would say. Put this here. And here what we have is خبيصة.
لما شوي يخمجلونه وبعدين يحطون شوي ماي لما يسخن يحطون فيه الزعفران يحطون فيه السمنه يحطون فيه السكر وماي الورد يكلفون مع بعض ويحطون مع فيه الخبيصه شوي 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 وهم يحرسونه لين ما تناسق وتستوي هذه الخبيصه.
Okay, so basically this dish is called خبيصة, and again it's a dessert. It's something sweet. خبيصة actually is a cooked flour with saffron and cardamom. You cook it all together. أمي بعد شو تضيفوا له سمن؟ Semen, which is constructed butter, and cardamom, saffron, rose water. Depends on each, I would say, family and what they like to put. So, and then they cook it until it becomes something like that. And then here in the small pots, we have here heris. Let me process الهريس. Yeah.
حب الهريس ناخذه ونغسله ونضيفه مع اللحم ولا حد مع اللحم حد مع الدياج يسويه يطوع مع بعض يحطونه في الجدار ويفور ويحطون شوي عيش يعني شويه عشان يتماسك وكله يختلط مع بعضه بالسمن العربي لين ما تستوي الهريس وتجهز يشرونه ويحطون عليها السمن العربي لازم تنجاب السمن العربي.
So basically, especially the haris dish, some people they actually don't actually get the texture or actually the taste of haris, but trust me, it is one of our favorite dishes here, specifically in the UAE. If you tried it, you're gonna like it, especially in the Emirates of Abu Dhabi. This is actually the way that they do it. And then they put it on the top, they put it with the semen. So basically it is a seed that will be heated. It is cooked like, the seed will be looking like a rice. It will be cooked with usually lamb or chicken. So basically until it is all mixed together, and it is topped. Yes, it has a specific cooking pot, and it has a specific as well, yeah. Yeah, so basically it has a whole process, because you can't just do it you know, in a normal way like you would cook a rice or anything else. So yeah, it has its own cooking pot for to do it. Let's see here. So this is القيمات. القيمات are one of the most likable or popular traditional dishes in the Emirates of Abu Dhabi. So basically they are the golden donuts. They are designed on the top with some sesame, and then we can add, just to make it very sweet, we add date syrup with it. It is very recommended when you come here. Please try القيمات. If you don't remember the name of the dishes, you can just drop them on the chat box, and hopefully I will be answering you or giving you the name of the dishes that you saw here, or any other recommended dishes. As you can see, this is the tekia, and usually in the past this was the seating system. So basically they sit on the floor, and usually most of the time it was in the majlis. So as we mentioned before, it was only one majlis, and they had this, what we call takia, or the floor cushions. Now we will go ahead and explain about the fashion. She will be helping me, of course. Okay, so we have so many types of I would say women fashion and men fashion. You will be seeing from the past how they were actually getting ready, or the things that they take, for example, to the tailor to actually get it fixed for them or tailored for them.
اسم الحريم اللي هو التلي.
So this is the telly, as you can see.
على الكنادير، هذا سيخدمون الحريم في البيت. هذا شغل يدوي يسوونه في البيت. الحريم هم ياسات يشتغلون في هذا. يشتغلون فيه ويبيعونه بعدين بالمتر. يكون الوان على حسب، ترى يوم تجي بالحرمه تبغى هذا يشتغلونها اياه، تقول لهم يعني ابغى ابيض ولا ابغي مثلا برتقالي. الحين هاي الالوان اول ما شاء الله الابيض والذهبي لونين اول، لان يقولون هذا خيوط مال الفضه مال هذاكي، وفي اللون الثاني. الحين لا، على حسب الالوان اللي يبغونها. في البرتقالي، في الازرق، في الاحمر، في اللي حسب الالوان. وهذا التلي الجديد لازم الحريم يخدمونه. الحين في هذا الوقت طلعت مكاين تسوي مثله، بس انه صناعي طبعا، ما يعني مال الحريم،
مش سيلفر مش فضه.
المكاين يسوي هذا التلي. اول الحريم يوم يشتغلون فيه ويحطونه على الكنادير، تدمت عندها الكندوره، ممكن تنقلها على كندوره ثانيه، يعني ما يعقونه لانه ثمنه فيه. اول ما يعقلنا يوم هذا ينقلونه على كندوره ثانيه.
Okay, so basically, if you can see the system which is here, basically this is how they make the telly, the design which is on this specific kandora. So this is what we call it is the handcrafting of telly. So the woman, or the Emirati woman, she would actually handcraft it herself. It was a very appreciated talent, or I would say a thing that the woman would do in the past. So basically this is how is it crafted, and she makes it like until the threads and the silver of the telly is finished, and then according to the kandora, or the mkhawara is the dress or the gown that the woman wears, she would see how many meters, for example, she wants, and she never throws it. For example, if this fabric is old,
كندوره اول يا الصالحني يعني بطيره، يعني القطع تكون غاليه فيحطونها على قطعه غاليه، يستعملونها حق العيد، حق الاعراس، حق المناسبات.
So basically they put the telly on a really expensive fabric, so it stays for a long time. And then if just the fabric got ruined or it's old, they cut off the telly from it, and then they put it in another kandora or in another مخورة. So basically here we have another type، بس أمي هذا صناعي الأخضر.
هو التلي لكن الفصوص زايدينه حديث مع الغدير، دامجين الحديث مع الغدير.
اوكي، والستايل اسمه بقليم.
هذا الستايل هذا اسمه بقليم، هذا جديد. هذا الزري بقليم، الصالحني، الميزاع.
Okay, this is one of the traditional fabrics and it's called buglaim. And it's called buglaim because it comes in a long like lines. So basically this is another style of telly. It is only modernized with the glitter that is added on it. But this is another design of it, as you can see, and it's always designed from the chest and then in the side of the arms or the hand. Okay, أمي. وهذا النوع؟
هذا النوع البريسم. هذا البريسم من نية تشكيلته من الخيوط. هاي خفيفة، هاي يستخدمونها للبيت، للشغل الخفيف، للزيارات الخفيفة الأهلية، يعني الزيارات العادية اليومية. يعني هم بيحطون البريسم، يعني هم بيخلونها مثلا كنادير عادي سهل، لأن مثل ما تقولين يوميا يعني يلبسون.
بس كانت تنلبس في العيد؟
ممكن تلبس في العيد، ممكن إن سوتها ويعني حطوا لها شيء ثقيل، بريسم فيه ثقيل وهذا تلبسها في العيد. ساعات بتحط لها إلا على طرفها، يعني حق بس في البيت، ولا ساعات بتحط الكندورة من غير هذا، لكن بعد كانوا يلبسونه في العيد.
Okay. So basically this style is called bracem, and the bracem is only the thread that they use to design I would say the edge of the kandora or the mkhawara, and again the chest side. All of the Emirati especially women design mkhawara comes on the hand and on the chest. So basically this, we would say that they can wear it in Eid, but preferably always when you are in an Eid, you would wear something more like more prettier, or have more colors and more shows your happiness in it. So we come to the last dress that we have.
هذا اسمه الزري، هذا بطولة، هذا الحين بطولة اسمه الزري. هذا الحين الحين على الحديث
نفس اللي انت لابستنه صح؟
نفس اللي لابستنه، هذا بطولة. عاد الحين حدثنا، سوينا الفصوص، سوينا الالوان، سوينا في الخرز. اوليه ساده، اوليه ساده مثل هاي كان دور تيام بس من غير فصوص ساده. الحين لا، الحين قاموا يدخلون فيه الفصوص، قاموا يدخلون مثلا فيه الالوان، قاموا يدخلون يعني على حسب التشكيل اللي
وفي حد كان يلبس طبعا of course this style as you can see it is different.
It is العرايس، هذا للعرايس والناس اللي يعني يسمونه ثوب الكندورة. كل حد كان يلبسه يعني وقت العرس، وقت الاعياد، وقت الهاي، وما بالكلهم يعني الناس اللي مقتدرين ثوب الكندورة. وكانوا قبل شوي يسوونه من التلي. الثوب الكندورة اول ما شيء عندهم يعني وايد يسوونه من التلي، اكثر اغلبيه ابو ظبي يسوون تلي.
انزين. So basically this style is ثوب كندورة. As you can see it is different than the other one. It is like two dresses. They are kind of separated, but they are woven or like attached from the top with each other. So basically, this is what we call thob and kandora. My mother said that specifically in really formal occasions, like let's say Eid or wedding, usually the bride even wears something like this. This is a new style of zari. صح? We call it zari. So basically, as you can see, the threads are in gold and it's shiny gold, and then with all of the details of the glitter and everything.
هذا بالطولة يمكن كل الخليج يمكن يكون عندهم هذا، بس التلي ما شاء الله.
Okay, so the telly is a specified thobu kandora and telly for the Emirates of Abu Dhabi, women in the Emirates of Abu Dhabi. Okay, so basically here, as you can see, this is actually what we call sarwal. It's the long pants that the woman wears after, under her dresses or her kandora.
ويصنعونها بعد من التلي يصنعونها البادلة، بتكون ثقيلة يعني. وهذا يصنعونها بس حق يوم مثلا حق العروس، حق العروس ولا حق الحرمات المقتدرات، وعلى انها تكون غالية. وفي عقب يعني فيه الزري بعد نفس الشيء، في نقوش وهذا يوم نزل الزرية بعد الزري ومنقش وهذا. وفي البريسم هذا اللي يكون خفيف للاستخدام اليومي، يكون خفيف يعني البريسم أخف من
Okay, so these are for the women fashion. Let's go with the men fashion right now. So this is what we call uzar. Uzar comes actually, it is like a fabric. The man wraps it on his waist, and it comes under the kandora. The kandora is the garment that the man wears. So the uzar and the fanila, it's like a t-shirt, and the uzar, the cloth, it is under this garment. So basically the garment or the kandora can come in different colors, but usually it is white most probably. So basically this is what we call tarbush, and we can explain tarbush as a tie. So basically this is the kandora's tie. And in the past, Emirati women in Abu Dhabi used to actually weave it or actually do it. It was handcrafted. So all of these details was only the Emirati women doing it, but now it can be done in the tailors. And then lastly, we have the bisht. Bisht again is like the men. I wouldn't say the men abaya, but you know, because people sometimes see it's black and then they're like, is it the men abaya? But no, it's actually like I would say a gown that the man wears on the top of his kandora. So he wears it only in like I would say formal occasions, like if it's a wedding. أمي في العيد قبل كانوا يلبسونه. And Eid as well in the past. Especially when they go and greet the sheikhs and the royal families.
يعني في المناسبات بعد في أي كل وقت يعني يلبسون بس بعد غالي كان يباع يعني في المناسبات ويلبس دوم المطوع المسجد دوم يلبس.
And I would say the مطوع is the imam of the masjid. He's like the religious man or the man who guides in Islam in the masjid. He always wears bisht all the time. حتى أمي يعني في الأيام العادية.
في الأيام العادية يلبس بشت يعني المطوع يلبس بس
even in the normal days.
بعدين حتى التطريز يكون يختلف. التطريز في اللي فوق وفي المتوسط وفي حتى التطريز يختلف ترى مال الريايل على هذه على البشت يعني ما بكل تطريز واحد.
Even the design here it depends from you can see the quality if this is something like something expensive or like something like reasonable that anyone can afford, so it depends on the side. So this is more about the fashion. Now we will go ahead. أمي بنتعرف على العطور. So basically, as we have seen the fashion, I would just let you see. As you can see, my Kandora is a bit different. It has the modern styles, which is basically is with all of these glitter, and it comes more flowery, even the style of all of the details from here. So basically, the only thing that we had, it is a traditional, but or it depends of the tradition of the fashion of the Emirati woman, but mostly we again have it from the hand and the chest, and there's some small details has been added as you know, because now we make them from, I would say, tailors. So basically each one of them have a different design. So we have so many designs about them. If you are really want to know more details about the dresses and everything, or the mkhawara, let me know. You can write this on the chat box and I will assist you according to that. Okay, so now we will be talking about another tradition that we usually have in Eid, of course, especially when we have guests visiting us, which is Oud and Dukhun. So basically, I will be bringing the table next to you, so you can explain.
الحين قبل العطور الأوليات الحين بعد
يوم مثلا يوم يجيكم ضيف، هي شو
مثلا الضيف العطور اللي موجودة في البيت. أول يحطون بطيرة، عندهم عطر بطيرة، عندهم مثلا المخلط، عندهم مثلا ماي الورد بعد يحطونه في المرش. يعني هذا وبيهم ضيف وبيهم هذا في المرش بعد بيرشون ما شاء الله من راسه.
المرش مصراي تعطيني المرش؟
هذا في المرش ما شاء الله بيحطون ماي ورد وبيحطون شويه من العطر شويه وبيحطونه في يعني في المرش وبيترشرشونه. هذا دوم يعني يستخدمونه في العيد، يستخدمونه المرشات دوم. عندك من العطور عندنا المخمريه يسمونها، هذه يسمونها المخمريه. هاي يسوونها الحريم عاد اللي في البيت، يعني بعد في حد يعني عنده مثل ما تقولين هواية العطور وتجميع العطور، هاي يسوونها الحرية، يخمرونها يجمعونها، يعني العطور مجموعة من العطور مع المسك مع دهن العود الزين ويخمرونها، يتم بالشهرين بالثلاث شهور، لأن يوم تطلع ريحته تكون مخمرة، يسمونها المخمرة.
Consistency is, it's as you can see, it is a little bit thick, so you can actually put it usually women, so they are the most who was using mkhammariya, and the mkhammariya is a mixture of different spices and different scents mixed together, or ingredients that gives a really pretty or beautiful smell. So basically we use it for the hair, we use it for the neck, the clothes. So these, yeah, for the body. So this is one of the use for مخمرية.
العطور المخلطة يعني هاي زيوتية، تكون زيتية.
بس أمي يعني الناس مثلا يوم يزورون في العيد يعني تعطونهم هالأشياء قبل.
في عطور يعني اللي عنده عطور يتعطرون، وهاي تكون زيتية، ما تكون عندنا مثل الحين يعني الحديثة، لا هاي الأشياء تكون الزيتية تكون موجودة قبل. أغلبيته دهن العود، دهن الورد، دهن الصندل، يعني اللي قبل هاي اللي يسمونه، وهذا اللي بطيرة والمرشات هاي اللي تكون في العطور.
So basically when we used to have people around in Eid, when they come, one of the traditions that we have to do is actually let them have some of the perfume. So basically, in the past, it was all, I would say, oily. They have sandalwood, they have musk, and sometimes even they make some perfumes from the saffron. Yeah, and the flowers like the jasmine, the lilies, things like that. So they mix it all together to produce the fragrance. So basically, it was all made naturally made. Another things that they use as well is oud. So basically, oud is considered one of the most important tradition. This is how oud looks like. You can break it into smaller pieces. It is actually a tree, and this tree it is located in most of the Asian countries, like I would say India, Cambodia, Thailand, most of the Asian countries. So basically, every piece that they bring from these countries is significant with its smell. Usually, in the past, they used to bring it from India. So basically, this is Indian oud that we have. And it depends. Sometimes it's expensive, sometimes it's affordable. Depends again where you buy it from or the dealer that you buy it from. So basically, you will put it on the charcoal, and then it will produce a very nice smell, smoke. So this is how we actually pass the mithan, and we actually give it to the visitors, so they would smell very nice. So we have actually reached to the last or to the end of our experience. I hope you enjoyed it. We wanted more, of course, more information to mention it, but of course, the time, I wanted to put time for your questions if you have any. I will be having a second actually session, which will be at 5 p.m. and you can join it, and we will be discussing further, hopefully. So if you have any question regarding Eid or any ritual that we are having, please go ahead and you can write it on the chat box. Also, can you check if there's any question you have in the chats?
So there's a question.
Yeah.
Is the perfume mix different than one Emirati to the other?
Is the perfume, sorry, again?
Is the perfume mix different than one Emirati or the
well, depends أمي. السؤال هو هل العطور اللي يوم تخلطينهم في حد مثلا حرمة بيت تخلط غير عن حرمة البيت الثانية؟
أكيد ما يعني كل واحد حسب ذوقه وكل واحد حسب يعني إحساس اللي هو. طبعا أكيد تختلف، السلع تختلف أكيد من السلع اللي هو هاي تشابهات السلع
هي لبارة
لكن كل بيت وبيت يختلف، حتى من يعني اللي تخلط العطور من وحدة ثانية يختلف. في اللي تستخدم العطور تكون الجيدة، اللي تستخدم النوع الممتاز، اللي تستخدم النوع
على حسب
على حسب. وبعدين حتى أسعاره تختلف، في سعر بيت ما شاء الله مكلف، وفي سعر بيت عادي، فأكيد تختلف. في أشياء ساعات عطور تحط باليومين والثلاثة تتم ما شاء الله ريحتها يعني، وفي من تحطينها ما ساعة ساعتين وطارت يعني.
So basically, just to shorten the answer, so the perfumes is like cooking. Basically, if you have a taste in cooking, then you can add the ingredients or minimize the ingredients as much as you want. Then you will have the significant taste of the food. The perfume is the same. It differentiates from person to another. Whoever makes them, they actually combine and mix different type of sometimes spices, sometimes flowers, sometimes even plants together, just to give this really significant, unique smell. So some of them are actually expensive and some of them are affordable or cheap. So it varies from person to another. So the answer is yes, it varies, or it is different from person to another how to make them and the ingredients they add. Other question?
What's the best fabric made?
أمي قطعة البشت من شو مسواية؟
تكون من القطن، لهم يعني نوع
معين من القطن،
بس نوع معين من القطن يدخل فيها بعد الكتان يعني شويه. بس كانوا اول في العراق اكثر شيء، من العراق من سوريا، يعني اول كانوا هذيل يعني الصناعات تقريبا اللي الحين يمكن حتى في السعوديه حتى بلا يعني دخلت عده هذا، بس اللي تكون اصلا من القطن، وفي القطن الاصلي وفيه اللي يعني.
So basically it is made of cotton, but it varies from a cotton quality from another. So there's different countries where you can bring the cotton from. In the past usually it was from Syria والعراق من قبل. From Syria and Iraq. But nowadays, you can find cotton almost everywhere. So basically verify, but the fabric or the bisht is made from cotton. Other question?
Is the kandora supposed to be shortish to show the design of the wall at the bottom?
Well, أمي الكندورة لازم تكون قصيرة أو تتقصر عشان تطلع الصروال من تحت.
هذه متى عاد الحرمه يوم بتكون كندوره البيت،
هي
كندوره البيت وكندوره تشتغل عشان ما تخطف، بتكون طويله وتكون هذا يعني للاعمال اليوميه. تخليها شوي قصيره والصروال يكون بريسر حتى ما يكون بادله ولا زري ولا هذا، لان هي تشتغل بالبيت وعمل يومي كذي. هذا شيء يعني يكون اكثر هذاك يعني مثل البادله مثل الزري يكون شوي اقلع. اما البريسر بيكون شيء عادي. أي صح يكون يعني شوي الكندورة تكون أكثر.
Yes. So if your question was dedicated to Emirati women, if they should shorten their mkhawara or their kandora, my mother, she says specifically if she was in her house, then yes, because if it was long enough, then she will be tripling on the kandora. So for her daily work at home, it is more reasonable for her to shorten her kandora and let the surwal to be, so the surwal purpose actually to cover the part of the leg until the feet or the ankle. So basically, and it is rather that she would, as you can see, the white one, the one without any colorful details, this is the one that she would mostly wear in the house. And when she's out, she usually wears the one with the colors, the basim or the telli or the badla. Okay, so any other questions, Mansoor? That's it? Okay, please let me know. We still have about 4 minutes until the end of our session. Let me know further if you have any question or any more information that you would like to know about Eid or the rituals or the traditions of Eid. Let me remind you again that this experience brought to you by Department of Culture and Tourism Abu Dhabi. I will be translating this in Arabic. هذه التجربة برعاية دائرة الثقافة والسياحة أبو ظبي. And they wish you all a happy Eid. So actually, specifically for our visitors, hopefully from other countries, if you are joining us, like foreigners or whoever is thinking to visit Abu Dhabi, hopefully after this pandemic ends, I would recommend that you actually go and explore Abu Dhabi from the culture, from the family and entertainment attractions, from the beach sites, from even we have actually Emirati experiences where you will get more involved with local tourist guides. So you can go ahead and check these out as well if you want to book any of the experiences, hopefully for your future plan to come to Abu Dhabi. If you want to know more details, then just please let me know on the chat box and I'll be very happy to assist. We still have 2 minutes.
So there is a question.
Yeah.
Is that a special Eid Shayla Muhammad
Ummi.
wearing?
Okay, so Ummi Shayla, explain to them what is your Shayla exactly.
الشيلة يسمونها التور، أول يسمونها التور هاي الشيلة، فيلبسونها عادي، يلبسونها في البيوت يعني عادة. الحين إحنا اللي عندنا عيد فيلبسونها عادة. هي طبعا تكون خفيفة وتلبس عادي في البيت، ولا احيانا تلبس وقت المعاريس يسمونها شيل التو. وعندنا هيك الشيل اللي امس لابستنها انا، كانت عندي هيك الشيل الحرير شويه اغلب هاي كان بطلع بها ولا شيء. هاي التور انا ما بطلع بها طبعا في البيت، لكن لو في عرس في هذاك ممكن يطلعوا بها.
So basically this specific shela, it is actually the name is tour. The fabric, as you can see, it is transparent, and women actually in Abu Dhabi used to wear it, especially in ceremonies and occasions like wedding, Eid, and usually when they are seated in the house. So basically what we are showing you here is how Emirati women, they will be in their houses. It's either in Eid or in special occasions. This is how we will be actually wearing our clothes. So basically my mother here, a lot of Emirati women or women from actually Emirates of Abu Dhabi, they used to wear this shela, but she can't go out, like for example, let's say to a shopping mall with it. She would wear something more thick than this. So basically this is for occasions, let's put it like this, in weddings, in Eid, in engagements, big ceremonies. Any other question? Okay, so the time is done. It's 12 p.m. And if you want to know more information about Eid, we have our next session will be at 5 p.m. I hope that we see you and you join us again. And of course, encourage your friends and your family or whoever you know, even if they were abroad, to actually join us into this session. Thank you very much and Eid Mubarak.